Welcome back to Mac Talks Football. And after 2 weeks hiatus, club football is back, and we are back making our predictions for the weekend's football. It is a match day 8 in a Ligue, and we have some very exciting fixtures. And we are going to start a match day 8 with a big game: Monaco versus Lille. It's first versus a fourth. Monaco currently on the top spot, dethroning a PSG after PSG being on a top for 6 weeks. Monaco dethroned them last week, just before the international break. They are in an amazing form. They are undefeated in the league, one of the three teams who are still undefeated, along with PSG and Lens, and they would want to continue this winning streak. They wanted to remain undefeated and make sure that them being on top was not just a fluke, was not just one time thing, and they would want to extend their lead against PSG. They are playing against a Lille side who started the season with a couple of wins, but then they had a couple of defeats. But the last 3 games they have gotten 7 points out of 9. They won last just before the international break against Toulouse 2-1, and they won before as well. So they are coming in with a bit of a form, but they are they are coming back with after an international break. So you really don't know how both of these teams are gonna fare up. I think it is going to be a close game, and I think it will be it has all the possibilities to be a draw. But just because Monaco are at home and they have had, they are in such an amazing form, I think I might just go ahead and tip them to win. But to be very honest with you, I think a draw would be the sensible thing to go with. But I'm just gonna go ahead with Monaco. I think it will be a close game. I am going for a 2-1 win for Monaco. The next game is Brest versus Rennes, 11th versus 12th. Now both these teams have not really played to the potential that they have, and not what really people expected them to play. Like everybody sort of expected Brest to have a drop after last season, but the way they are playing, nobody really expect them to have such a drop. Rennes again, I predicted them to finish in the top 8, fight for those European places, but their performances have been really bad. Both of these teams have been quite inconsistent as well. And I think it is going to be that sort of a game where both of these teams try to outsmart each other, but in the end none of them are successful, and I am going to sit on the fence with this one. I think it will be a draw, and it will be a low scoring draw. I am going for a 1-1 draw between Brest and Rennes. The next game is Saint Etienne versus Lens. It's a 13th versus 6th. Now Saint Etienne, they have had a really bad start to the season, but they have sort of made a comeback in the last 4 or 5 games. In the last 3 games, they have had 9 points, 2 wins out of 7 points. Sorry, 2 wins out of a possible 3, and 7 points out of a possible 9. So they are undefeated in their last 3 games. They have, as I said, they have sort of made a comeback. They are playing against a Lens side who have their last 5 games have been draw. They started the season with a couple of wins, but after that it has been continuous draws. They are not able to get over the line. They are struggling to get that finishing touch, and I think unfortunately for them it is going to be the same as well. A couple of weeks ago I would have said that Lens are going to win. They are one of the 3 teams that are undefeated in the league as well, but as I said, 5 draws, it is not a good thing. Now this is a big opportunity for Lens to get the 3 points, but they are away at Saint Etienne, and the way that Saint Etienne are playing, I don't think they are going to lose this game, and the pressure is going to be at Lens as well, and that is why I think it is going to be another draw, and I think it unfortunately is going to be a boring draw. I am going for a 0-0 game between Saint Etienne and Lens. The next game is a PSG versus a Strasbourg. It is a second versus a 7th. Now PSG, they would be really disappointed, and they would be really angry at themselves that they have been dethroned from that first position, because they usually like to stay at top until the end of the season, but they are second currently. Their performance, like it is PSG, they are undefeated. But the last 3 games they have drawn 2 of them, and they would want to get back to winning ways. They are playing against a Strasbourg side that are doing much better than I expected, and much better than a lot of people expected. But the thing is, in the last 5 games, they have lost 1, and they have won once only. They have been 3 draws, and that is why I think even though they are getting points, they are not getting the wins that they need, and unfortunately for them, I think they are going to suffer another defeat this weekend. At PSG at home, they would want to get back to that first spot, and the thing is, before PSG play they would know the result of that Monaco game, and if Monaco lose that game, PSG know that this is the best opportunity for them to get back to that top spot, and I think they are going to win it, and I think it will be a comfortable win for them. I'm going for a 3-0 win for Paris Saint-Germain. Moving on to the next game, it is Ligue versus Lyon. It is 15th versus 8th. A couple of weeks ago, if you would have asked me about this game, I would have said it is like Ligue would have been my pick to go to, because the way that they were playing and the way that Lyon were playing. But now it has been a really bad, a couple of weeks for Ligue. They have lost their last 4 games. But their performances have been really good. That is the thing, like they are always in the game. Unfortunately for them, they are not getting the result that they need, and that is why it has been a big drop from them, where they were a couple of weeks ago. They are playing against a Lyon side who sort of has an opposite sort of cycle as compared to Liverpool. They started really bad, but now they are gaining the momentum, and they are now getting back up to the upper half of the table. They are 8 currently, and if they get a win, they would be like they will move into the top 4, because the amount of points is not that much, and I think Lyon know this, and they are gonna go ahead and they're gonna make sure they try to get a result out of this game. But Liverpool being a home and just players coming back from that international duty, you are gonna have that. They are going to be a bit rusty, they are going to be a bit lethargic, there is going to be some a little bit injuries as well, and that is why I think it is this game is going to be very high scoring, and I think it is going to end up in a draw. I am going for a 2-2 draw between Liverpool and Lyon. The next game is Toulouse versus Angers. It is 16th versus 18th, 2 teams in that relegation spot. Toulouse, like nobody really expected them to be here, but their performances have been really bad. They have lost 4 of their last 5 games, 3 defeats in a row in the last 3 games, and they would want to get back to winning ways as quickly as possible. And I think they have the best chance this weekend against an Angers side who have not won a single game this season. Angers, on the other hand, like they would think that this is the best chance for them to get a win. Even though they are an away side, but Toulouse are not performing to the level that everybody expect them to, and Angers, they know that this is their best moment to get a win. Will they be able to? I really don't think so. I think unfortunately for Angers, they are gonna suffer another defeat, and their winnless run is gonna continue as well, and I think Toulouse are gonna get those 3 crucial points that they need. That is why I'm going for a 2-1 win for Toulouse. The next game is Nantes versus Nice. It's 10th versus 9th. Now, both of these teams started the season really good, but have sort of dropped down in the last 3 or 4 weeks. Both of them would want to, get back to winning ways and get back in form and try to get up, make a run towards the upper half of the table. Try to get too close to those European places, because both of these teams want to qualify for Europe. I think it is going to be a close game, but I just don't see a winner out of this. Nice would really would want to win this game and get as close to those Champions League places as possible. They drew against a PSG, and I think that was a big thing for them. The unfortunate thing for them that it came just before the international break, so the momentum that they would have carried and the high that they would have had after that game is not gonna be continued into this game, and they are an away team as well. Nantes have, as I said, they had a really great start to the season, but their form has dipped quite a lot. I am going for a draw, but if there was to be a winner, I think it would be away side. I think Nice might go ahead and nick it, but overall I am going for a draw. I think it will be a 1-1 draw between Nantes and Nice. The next game is Auxerre versus Rams. It is 14th versus 4th. Now Auxerre, they are one of the promoted teams. Their start of the season is quite interesting. The way they are playing football is quite exciting and quite fun to watch. They always try to outscore their opponent, and whenever Auxerre are involved in the game, you can expect a lot of goals. Either they are going to score or they are going to concede, but there are going to be goals as in those games. They have won once in their last 4 games, but they have won total of 2 games, so that is why they are not in that relegation spot. And I think this is the type of they are the type of team that they are going to get wins from somewhere because of the way that they play. But the thing is, this weekend they are playing against Rams side, who are one of the form teams of the season. Last 5 games they have won 4 out of those 5 games. They were the first team to draw against PSG as well, so they have that going on as well. They are on a really high, and I think unfortunately for Auxerre, it's going to be too much for them to handle. I think Rams are going to get the win. I think it will be a high scoring game, and I think even though Auger like to score, but I think they will not score that much, but they will concede. I'm going for a 3-1 win for Rams. In the last game of the weekend for match day 8 in Liga is a Montpellier versus a Marseille. Now Montpellier have been really bad. I mean, they've been dreadful. Their performances have been really bad. They are losing games or left, right, and center. And the thing is, a lot of people did not expect that, including me. I really did not think that Montpellier would be so bad the way they are playing. I really don't see anything good coming out from them, and it is quite disappointing, to be very honest with you. And the thing is, unfortunately for them, they are playing against that side like Marseille, who started the season really good. They are third at the moment. They are very close. I think they are going to be one of the teams that really go ahead and challenge PSG and Monaco for the title. It has been, but a couple of bad weeks for them. They lost to Strasbourg. I thought that was going to be a dip in the form, but then just before the international break, they drew against Angers as well. So that's like 5 points dropped, where nobody really thought that they were gonna drop points. So Marseille know that they need to win this game, and this is going to be a very crucial game for them, and I think that is why I just don't see them dropping points in this game, even though they are in away side. They are coming back from the international break as well, but I think Marseille are gonna go ahead and get the win, and I think it is going to be an easy win as well. So I'm going for a 2-0 away win for Marseille. And with that, my predictions are complete. All of the 9 games in Liga, my predictions are done, and we're gonna see how many of them are correct, exactly correct, and some of them might be correct, but the score might be different. I have this point system going on, so you can see at the end of the weekend how many points I accumulate. 3 points if the entire prediction is correct, 2 points if the prediction is correct but the score is not wrong. At the end of the weekend, we are going to see how I'm doing, and with how I did this weekend, and we are going to compare it to the other weekends, all the 7 weekdays. We'll see how many points I have gathered till now. That's it from me. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 400 subscribers until the end of this month, so please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Help us in reaching our task. Until next time, bye bye.